Alrighty, so another battle report here. This time we're doing something a little bit different. We're kind of using the escalation rules. We have the rules, we just haven't really read over them, so we're kind of just winging this. But each of us have a super heavy, so it's 2,500 points. We're doing a couple missions together. We're going to do Big Guns Never Tire and Purge the Alien. It's Vanguard deployment, and you can kind of see a little bit of the battlefield. So as far as for the Lords of War, why don't we go over what you have here? So Lords of War, we have a Shadowsword with all the trimmings, so it has everything there, right?
Yep.
Okay, what else you got?
So I have two 20-man infantry squads.
Okay.
One has autocannons. One has heavy bolters.
Okay.
One has a Lord Commissar, one has a Commissar. And no special weapons on those. Okay. Then I have two vet squads. They're both in chimeras with last cannons. There's one right here.
Okay.
And there's one deployed out right here, and here's their chimera.
Okay.
Hellhound.
That it's scouted forward already.
Yeah, up front there I have two Griffins. They're separate units.
Okay.
Then I have in reserve the Eradicator.
Okay.
And then I have two Vendettas and a Vulture.
The Vulture with the Punisher cannon.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. It is night fighting, and Imperial Guard have the first turn. It also has a defense line. That is actually a quad gun, right? Instead of the Icarus las cannon. We also have 3 objectives for the Emperor's will. So we've got one there. We got one there, which is one of my faves, little bomb that didn't go off. And then I have one out over there, which is that little banner.
This one right here.
Yeah. So for my stuff, so I have a Stompa for my Lords of War. I have 2 truck boys, 12 men each, with a knob, power claw. Works. They have a ram. I have my war boss is war boss warlord on a bike. Has all the works, and then I have 6 knob bikers with a pain boss and 2 power claws, 2 big choppas, the cyborg bodies, the whole thing. I have 7 ludas that are down over there with 1 mech in them. Kind of hiding behind that building. This is a Forge World big track with the super cannon. I have a defense line with a quad gun manned by some grots. I have 30 boys with big shooters, and then a knob with a power or a boss pole. Boss poles here, boss poles there too. And then I have two DACA jets in reserve. So I think that's kind of about it. So we'll see about seizing. It is night fighting, if I didn't say that already. And we'll see about seizing.
Roll it on camera.
I don't know if I
do it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it. Let's try to seize this. Yeah. Okay, so end of Imperial Guard turn 1. So it's night fighting, so a lot of things kind of happened. Some stuff just kind of barely moved. The Shadowsword moved out over here. These guys kind of ran through here. Those guys stayed. So that Chimera shot at the grots that were there first to light them up with a searchlight. And then that allowed the 2 Griffins to fire at him. Basically almost wiped them out completely. There's 3 of them left. The Hellhound, which moved over, then flamed the rest of them, killed the grots, got them first blood and a kill point for Purge the Alien. Let's see, anything else that happened? So this fired, the Chimera fired at this just to light it up, and then the basic thing is this thing here. Shot its D weapon at it, hit it, Ended up rolled a 1 on the result, so only did 1 glance or 1 penetrate. And then it shot its las cannons at it. I made my basic cover saves. Then this unit, which did really good, the unit inside, the las cannon actually shot it, did a penetrate, and then rolled on the result, got an explode results, and so it did another thing, so it did 2 more. So it's lost 3 whole points, so basically he's got 3 points already. So 1 for First Blood, 1 for the Grots, and then 1 for doing 3 on this. So other than that, then it's my turn. We'll see where this goes. Alrighty, so end of Ork turn 1, and so the Stompa moved up over here. Basically fired to the Super Gatla, started at this Chimera, did 2 whole points in the first go around, ended up shooting at it again, didn't do anything. Then I fired it a 3rd time and ended up blowing it up, killed 5 guys inside of there. Then basically all the heavy bolters and stuff fired at this unit here, didn't really do anything. The big massive gun, the pie plate one, shot over there on that, ended up doing a whole point to it, and ended up hitting the gun and stuff over there, but they made all their saves. The Ludas moved up, ran up, just kind of there. These guys moved up forward and then turbo boosted. The trucks moved up and then moved flat out. These guys, since the Grots were gone, kind of moved back here to man this. They tried to fire on the Hellhound, didn't do anything. This also tried to fire on the Hellhound, ended up scattering back over there, hitting them, and they made all their saves. So nothing that big. I mean, this got me a point for killing the Chimera, but other than that, we're kind of just advancing forward. So. Alrighty, so end of guard turn 2. So the MVP was definitely probably the Shadowsword. With its it moved back. First of all, let's go over this. So the Vulture came on, Vendetta came on, and another Vendetta came on. I tried to use Interceptor with this onto that, and hit, didn't do any penetration or anything. So going back to here, this kind of moved back. It ended up firing its D-weapon on the bikes and killed 3 of them outright, and then shot a bunch of other stuff at them. So there's still a War Boss and 2 guys left. This came in here, fired at these. They went to ground. The Ludas killed a couple of them, made like 10 saves or something. And so they're fearless because they're within 6 inches of old Stompy. That came in, blew up this truck. It just basically went crunch, and so the guys just got out. Some mortars came over, killed a couple of the guys. The Hellhound fired its template over the truck and onto these guys. Ended up killing the truck after I think that shot at the truck also too. That moved up, just went pop smoke. Other than that, I don't really see too much else that kind of went on, but a lot more kill points, basically victory points for the guard. I think he's got 5, and I have 1. So we'll see if maybe I can get some reserves in. All right. So end of Ork turn 2, and so let's see, both DACA jets came on. So this one came on here. It got intercepted here. We had a cover save, so just a 1 happened, so it had to snap fire. We called a WOG, so even with the snap fire, I was able to, I think, kill that. Which was nice. Got rid of that guy. The Stompa moved up. He fired the Scorcha into this unit, this 20-man unit here, killed some of them. Shot a bunch of the heavy bolters in that unit. Did the Psycho Daka blaster into the gun, to make sure that was gone. And then I think put a wound on the Griffin that was there. He then fired the large blast template on the corner there, so killed some of those guys, put another wound or glanced that, and then blew up the other Griffin, so both Griffins are gone. He then assaulted this unit here, killed some, and then did a stomp attack, killed some more. They have a commissar in there, so they're stubborn. These guys moved up. I was trying to assault that, even with my WOG, with them having fleet and my rerolls, I was not able to do that. So that's going to be a pretty big one. He's going to get probably munched. That Dakajet came in, shot at him. He made his cover save for just being through the forest. These guys shot over here at this squad that is right over there. Killed the las cannon that was on there. Nice thing here, these guys are this fired all the way over there, killed some more of those guys, and then these guys were able to, I had to use my fleet rolls, but were able to assault here and then wreck that, and then this 9-man squad here was able to assault that and wreck that. So it got me 5 points. And these guys didn't really do anything. They tried to fire over there because they went to ground. I think I got 5. How many points you got?
5.
5. So I think we're tied up at the start of 3. Okay, so end of Imperial Guard turn 3. So let's see what happened. So this moved back, fired its D cannon on this, only hit hit 2 guys with it, but then rolled a 1, so didn't do anything. So killed only 1 biker. Then the rest of the kind of all this stuff tried to shoot at them. They're still alive, although 2 wounds here and then 1 wound there. So that was a saving grace for sure. This went into hover mode. A platoon command got out with a bunch of flamers and everything. Came over here, flamed the shit out of this big squad there. Murdered them pretty severely. So the Eradicator came on this turn, shot. Had line of sight to one of the knobs, shot, killed a couple of them. I need to make a check on them too, just to make sure. This came over, shot at this, ended up killing a big shooter and then immobilizing it. The Punisher moved, or the Vulture moved over, did its Vector Dancer, killed one of my Daka jets. And these guys are just kind of running over here. So then the combat here is able to finish off the whole command, or the whole platoon. Got me a point. And then he consolidated out there. And I forgot, since it's Emperor's Will, those 2 are heavy choices. So that got me a couple extra points. So I think I got 8, and I think he has 7. So we're still pretty close, but all right. Okay, so end of Orks turn 3. Whew, it was a doozy. So let's see. These guys tried to shoot at that, didn't really do anything. This tried to shoot its blast weapon all the way over here, totally missed. So couple things here that we did. There was that command squad that was over there. So there was 5 guys there. I had moved my the truck boys over. The Vendetta was in hover mode, so I was trying to decide if I'd consult that or whatever. So these guys shot. They didn't all have line of sight, but they shot at some of those, killed some of them. And then I proceeded to move the Stompa up, and I moved my War Boss and the Pain Boss up to where the Shadowsword was. So he proceeded to kind of shoot a bunch of stuff. So the Mega Blaster ended up on its second try, shot the Vendetta out of the sky. Then it tried to shoot at that, didn't do anything. It then shot the big blast at that too, and it made its cover save. And then through like shooting a bunch of stuff, kind of whittled down the 5-man unit to only 2 guys. So that means this squad here was able to charge them pretty safely. There's 1 flamer left, but didn't do anything. Ended up killing them. So the Stompa basically, so I charged with the War Boss and the Pain Boy there. The Stompa charged that too. Did 2 pins with the War Boss, and then the Stompa had like 3 or 4 destroyer hits and just annihilated it. So the big blast template went over, landed on the Stompa. So the Stompa got a destroyer hit, took 3 more hull points. The destroyer hit also hit the War Boss, and so annihilated him. So we got Warlord and a point for that unit. And then didn't do anything here. There was like 10 guys or 8 guys here. Did like killed 5 or 6 of them, and they ran off the table. So the Pain Boss failed his morale check, ran back, and that's kind of where we're at. So we're at turn 4, and we'll see. So I have 14 points, and I think he has 10. So we'll see where we go from there. All right. Okay, end of Imperial Guard turn 4. So basically this kind of moved over. This fired most of its stuff at the remaining kind of, I think there's 3 or 4 boys left there. Ended up finishing them off. The Eradicator did fire on them first and completely whiffed. Those guys make their morale save, so they moved just back a little bit. The other Vendetta flew off the board. And by the way, my Dakajet flew off the board on my last turn too. These guys moved over trying to get line breaker, shot over here, made my cover save. And then those guys shot Philip Thompson, manning the las gunning from Talaran. Some homie in there. Shot in the back of the Stompa, did another whole point to it. So,
hoorah!
Alright, we'll go from there. Okay, so end of Ork turn 4. We basically called it. The Stompa is just kind of pretty ridiculous. So let's see. So the Dakajet came in, shot those guys, wiped them out. This over here shot some of these guys, killed a couple of them. That tried to shoot at it, missed. Didn't even fire with these guys, I don't think. Didn't really kind of need to. He turned around, and we had a rule question as far as move through cover and when it moves 12 inches. So what I did is just rolled 3 dice, picked the highest, and then doubled it. So, and then with his shooting templates and everything, he wiped out the rest of the platoon, which had a commissar in there. And then the big blast weapon killed the Chimera that was next to it, which was another point. And then he was able to assault the, which was his warlord, the command squad, and just kind of annihilate that thing. So he still has, 7 whole points gone. So he still has, 4 left? Something. 5 left, which is kind of crazy. And you can see kind of what's left. So I have the Stompa, 30 guys, big track, Ludas, and a plane. So he has a Vendetta and the Vulture, which I didn't shoot at yet, and the Eradicator left. So, and with this guy still left. So we called it. The D weapons weren't, I mean, they were pretty powerful, but it's kind of almost needed to go up against.
I rolled horribly.
Yeah, so I mean, they did pretty good, and I don't think the Shadowsword is overpowered because it's only 1 blast. But I mean, if you had something like the Eldar Titan, it would be insane with like 4 blasts and being able to move and all that type of stuff. The Stompa is like really good.
It is good
for having 12 whole points and what it can do. It's pretty gnarly. I mean, so I was kind of excited about that. All right, so that's it. That's the battle report. So victory for the Orks.